Stamp duty.
It reduces housing transactions and it's so complex. Apparently even the old Deputy Prime Minister and Housing Minister couldn't even understand it. So let's see if we can do a better job than Angela Rayner and work out how much we're going to have to pay if we purchase a property personally or for a business. I do recommend you check anything on HMRC before purchasing. There is a good calculator on HMRC which calculates everything. I say good, I think the issues are it's slow. It expects you to know what property you're buying, if it's leasehold, if it's freehold, the date you're purchasing, etc, etc. This is to give you a rough idea before you know what property, so you kind of know how much money do you need to purchase a property. Especially if you're a business owner, one, stamp duty is not mortgageable, so you do need that big lump sum available as soon as you buy the property. And if you're a business owner and your cash is in your business, extracting that cash in one lump sum can be quite expensive. Tax-wise, it might make sense to spread it over a couple of years, so planning in advance really can save you quite a bit of cash. And yeah, if you're buying a second property or thinking of buying through your company, this might give you a bit of a reality check because it is extremely expensive if you want to buy a more expensive property. Right, probably enough chat. Let's get on. So stamp duty, land tax, is the tax you pay the government when you purchase the property. It's in England and Northern Ireland. If you're in Wales or Scotland, same kind of idea but different thresholds. Definitely check your thresholds if you're in Scotland or Wales, and if you're in the future, which you probably are. First of all, standard rates. So standard rates are, if you purchase a property up to 125k, you don't have to pay any stamp duty. If you purchase a property up to 250k, you don't have to pay any stamp duty up to 125 still, but the bit between 125k and 250k, you have to pay 2%. And then as the price of the property goes up, so does the amount you have to pay. So if you're buying between 250k and 925k, you're paying 5%. Between 925k and 1.5 million, it's 10%, and above 1 million, it is 12%. But again, remember, you are always paying 0% on the first 125. It is tiered, unless you're purchasing for a company and it's over 500k. But let's get to there. Right. The first main question is, buying personally, are you a first-time buyer? Yes or no? If you're a first-time buyer, that does change the numbers quite a bit. If you're paying less than 300k, you pay 0 stamp duty on the full amount, which is great. If you are purchasing between 300 and 500, then you have to pay 5% on that bit between 300 and 500. You still do not have to pay anything if it's less than 300k. So if I am buying something that's 295, my stamp duty is 0. Brilliant. If I'm buying 395, my stamp duty goes up to paying that 5% on the bit, which works out just less than 5k. And then if though you're purchasing a property above 500k, you go to standard rates. So you will be paying on the bit between 125 and 250, the bit between 250 and 300, standard rates, between 300 and 500 to the 5%. It does make a big difference if you go from 495 as a first time buyer, you're just paying that 9750, and then if you're paying just 10k more, you're then paying 4k more that you need up front. Okay, so that's first time buyer versus standard time buyer. So let's assume you're not a first time buyer. If you are buying a second property, you need to pay an additional 5% on the full amount. So this isn't tiered. This is, you are paying all of these standard rates. So the normal 13,750 plus you're going to pay an extra 5% on the whole amount, which means you are paying an extra 25k in tax, which is a hefty chunk. So you will be paying 39k in total. You may think, oh, I can buy through my company. My company is treated as a separate person, a separate legal entity. No, if you're buying through your company and it's less than 500k, you are treated the same as an additional property. So you'll be paying that extra 25k. So you'll be paying 38k instead of 13k if it was your main residence. Next though, what if you're buying through your company and it's more than 500k? That is going to make a substantial difference, because if you're buying a property over 500k and it's for your business, you have to pay a corporate rate of 17%. That means instead of paying, if it was a main residence, 14k, you are paying 85k. So a whopping 70k more than if you were buying it to live there. Is that fair? Well, I think we do need to support people who need houses as a home, and we do need to support first-time buyers, but it is really just a very poor sticking plaster over a symptom rather than the cause of property price inflation. There you go. That was a separate video going through stamp duty, because yeah, it's a full 5 minutes going on about that. So yeah, so I would suggest testing a few scenarios before you purchase, especially if you've got a business and you've got options. If you are purchasing through your company, it is definitely worth looking at how that affects mortgages. If you want to go a bit deeper onto the full, how much is this going to cost me mortgage wise, etc., there's a video on the whole calculator. I'll send a link below. See you in the next video, hopefully. Cheers, bye.